Okay, how about now? How about with a lower voice? Let's do that again, one more time. Yeah, that seems to be good enough. Okay, so welcome back to World of Warcraft Frost Mage. So you'll notice I'm starting. Whoops. Okay, had to mute that. So we're back to Frost Mage, and you'll notice I started quite late tonight. Two reasons. One, because we got so far last night that I figured I could afford a little bit of extra time. And another reason is, well, there were technical difficulties. More specifically, or I should say technical Elden Ring difficulties, to put it more precisely. So, you know the guy that's supposed to give you the other half of the Howling Tree medallion so that you can come to these Frostlands? One moment. I need to close my window. Okay, anyway, some sirens were wailing there. So the guy that was supposed to give you the half of the Howling Tree medallion, he died. He died. I went to go talk to him, and that stupid perfumer that gets behind you, he got close. I hit him. He rolled to avoid my attacks into the guy, and apparently the spell has a sort of minor AoE effect. I don't know, but it was like the guy used a perfuming spell, it took off half his HP, and then my spell took off the other half of his HP, and he was dead, and that's it. And I don't have the Howling Tree medallion, so I decided that I can either try. There's really no fix. I don't know any other way to fix that. To fix that other than do the skip, and so here we are. I decided to see, well, I'll try and do the skip, and thankfully I made it first try. But rather than going through the entire skip, I decided to stop here and start here. So unfortunately we got a little bit of running around to do before we get to the bosses this time, but at least I don't have to worry so much about... You know, I better take off anything that can reduce my damage taken, because this is going to be tricky. How do I do this? So, you know what I keep saying about dropping down here. Whatever, you know, you drop, you go down. When the moment the death camera zooms in, you jump to the left, blah, blah, blah. And then you exit the game. You quit out the game, because if you just stay there, you'll die. When you re-enter the game, you'll be in this little canyon here, and then the trick here now is then you got to come down like this. Now I can't quite remember if it's I usually check this out to make sure I don't screw this up, because I can't quite remember if it's this way or the other way. See, this is the part I keep forgetting, because I've only done this like a couple times. You know what? I think it's this, and then you drop to this one here. Honestly, you don't need torrent for this. Whoa, that was close. And then there's a little way down here. Now you're at the bottom. There's a boss actually right here, and you don't want to risk getting killed, so get out of here ASAP. Unfortunately, you can't see anything in the storm, so just keep following the wall, because just because you got down here doesn't mean it's good, because you got to get a grace, or else if you die, you're right back to where you started. So keep following the wall, the rock wall, because you can't see anything. Maybe some people remember where all the other graces are, and going south is too risky because there's too many dangers in that direction. So I find it better to do this. Just stay to the southeast. So basically, we drop down over here and then just follow this wall, and eventually you're going to hit the Snowfield Catacombs. And of course, there's a grace right here. Much more reliable and safer way to do this. So there you go. That's the skip. Let's record that. Okay then. Now let's get back to this thing proper. So we start recording. So yes, now I don't have to worry about getting the Howling Tree Medallion, because well, as I said, the guy was dead. He died during the fight. I didn't get the Howling Tree Medallion, his half, so there's no point fighting Neil. There's nothing. I don't have the medallion. Where am I going? We need to go north. I know I talked about doing Estelle, but I was not expecting to get messed up like this tonight, so we are going to focus on getting to Millennia and Moog, and then we'll see how I'm doing for time. And then we can start talking about other bosses and other ways to do things tonight. But yes, again, I was absolutely not expecting the little dude to get killed. So now I gotta do this the slow way. Well, no, not the slow way. There was really no other way to get down. At least I'm not aware of any other way you can get down here without using the Howling Tree Medallion, without using this trick. So that's what they're doing. But it worked, so... But anyway, we're here. We made it. Having the medallion taken away from us did not end up making a difference, and for once, well, once again off stream, I was able to do the skip in one try. I don't know why I can never seem to do it. Well, I don't know. It's just like I keep saying. Whenever I try and do the jump on stream, it's like I press the button to jump left, and for some reason, Torrent will always jump downwards instead, or not go in the direction he's supposed to go. I don't know why he does that. It keeps happening on stream. I don't know why. I do it tonight, and no problem. He jumps fully to the left like he's supposed to. Made the skip first try. So, go figure. And thankfully that worked, because it makes this part so much easier. Well, okay, it doesn't make it easier, but I cannot imagine what I would have to have gone through to fix this if I had not got that skip. And to get it first try, oh, I was honestly expecting to be streaming this tonight to just, like, the first part of the stream was just trying to do the skip over and over again, because there was no other way. There was no other option. That I'm aware of, anyway. I mean, I can still get to Moog, sure, but I don't know about getting to the snowfields. I don't think you can go from Moog to these snowfields like that. I'm not aware of any other way that works. I doubt it. I can't see how, frankly, but thankfully this skip still works, and I'm glad they never tried to fix this one, because I hope they understand that it is possible to, well, okay, it's pretty hard to mess that up, but I was not expecting the perfumer to, like, dodge the spell and like that, and then his little perfume spell went off at that exact moment, and then it hit him, and it was a mess. Now this time I might be able to actually kill these archers. Oh no, they're too far away. They're too far away. And I do. Well, wait, I do have Bloodstone Step. Okay, well, we'll try that. these guys can destroy you in a hurry, even with full armor and high HP, so it's a good thing I got that part out of the way. So yeah, so far tonight, getting some... Well, other than the part where the guy died, it's been good luck so far, so, you know, fingers crossed, hope it lasts. Now, will he put me in a death knell here? And then we'll go right to the loading screen? Nope. Okay, that's always funny when that happens. You're hit the candle, and you're like, yay, I did it! And then the guy grabs you behind. Haha, I'm going to stab you, and then loading screen. Whew, this stupid long walk, unfortunately. And then we gotta do Loretta, and I do not remember if Loretta's strong... Oh wait, she's not strong to magic. Okay, good. That's right. Arcane Mage had no problem with her. Unfortunately, we are probably gonna have to fight her not legit. Gonna have to summon in some help because I mean, technically, this is really early because I don't have to fight any of the other bosses. But at the same time, I do not want to waste time on a boss that's basically just... She's just barely a non-factor. She's like a non-factor, right? So I don't want to deal with her. When Millennia can be... Well, we saw what happened with Millennia. Eventually you had to summon help. Because there was just no way... Well, I'm sure there would have been a way to do it eventually with the mage if I kept playing it. The Arcane Mage if I kept at it, but I didn't. It was getting late, I think. Gonna have a sip of tea here. Sorry, tea went down wrong hole, so I'm doing a lot of coughing right now. Okay, that should be the end of the coughing. No, get out of here. I need this grace. Oh, you bastard. Okay, not perfect luck then. There's always one. Alright, there's always one. I was expecting him to use the damn hammer, and he used the explosion instead. That sent me flying. Thankfully, I sent up the elevator. So I'm good on that one. Ooh, my souls are right there at the elevator door, too. How convenient. Okay, so I... Oh, good. Lieutenant's already there. So I am not going to screw around tonight. I just want this over. So we are just going to take care of her quickly. Let's just knock her out. Although honestly, this is probably not the best option, but then again, she's the only one I have that's leveled up. Move! Move! Yeah, that's right. You would just bounce around. Fine. Attack me. Let Lieutenant shoot arrows at you. Oh, that killed Lieutenant. Wow. Okay then. Move. Okay, this should finish her off. Nope, that didn't finish her off. Well, what do you know? Ain't over till it's over, folks. It's over. More useless int that I don't need at this point, but that's how we roll. Whole lot of int. They sure love their grand vista shots, don't they? You enter a new area and it's like, wow! You know, they'll give you the full view. I swear they specifically designed some of these levels just for that alone, just to make sure they can do that. Just so they can say, look! Look at all of it! I mean, that's a very good thing. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. No, that's a great thing to do. I mean, it doesn't really necessarily have that big of an impact on like the gameplay or anything, but it sure looks great. Yeah, there's nothing that can't be argued in that sense. No, you got to do it. It's just too useful. It's too impressive. Especially when you've fully established by this point in the game that you can pretty much go everywhere. Ooh, I wish I'd done this earlier. Normally I do this while I'm watching baseball games, but this game ended up being over before I could get to watching it, so... Actually, no, that's not true. What happened? It was such an important game that I was too invested. I didn't feel like I could focus on this at the same time. Even though when I'm just doing this, it's not... Doesn't really require that much of my attention, just running from boss to boss, right? But well, it was that important game. I don't know what to tell you. I've actually found here, see, in the past, whenever I jump down this vine log thing route, if I just drop down to it, what usually happens is I just slip and fall and die. It's like, well, it's very annoying. Let's just put it this way. So I've actually found lately, don't drop to it, jump. Jump up first and like direct yourself, and for some reason that seems to prove way more reliable than just dropping down, because when you drop, I don't know, it's like maybe there's like mold on it or fungus or something. It's really slippery, because usually when I just drop down, I then immediately slip off to the side. Now, due to last night's shenanigans, normally, by the time I would get here, the stream would be almost over. But, as we saw, I got through the endgame bosses, as well as the usual set last night. So it went really fast. That made a huge difference there, setting up. So, okay, so that's Millennia down, so now let's get back to Moog. Let's get to Moog. And then what else can we do? I don't know, we'll see how... Actually, you know what, I think Estelle, we'll just get Estelle in there too. But Millennia has a funny habit of taking a while. But, you know, this time I'm not going to try and spend all night trying to beat her. I'll just see how it goes a little bit, and then I'm just going to go with whatever. Just get someone in, because... I mean, we saw how it went last time. It's too difficult. I mean, maybe you could probably do something if you're more... Well, actually, it was also pretty late that night, too, I think. Was it late? Well, anyway, I just remember being, after a while, like, I couldn't do this thing. Oh, but then I think we came back later after... Right, ended up beating Radon surprisingly quickly. So I was able to go back and get Millennia. Or is that someone else? Well, anyway. I am not going to get too focused on fighting Millennia. We'll do her. But if I can fit in a few more bosses, I'll rather do that. I am not fighting Renal. It's not happening. No freaking way. Where are you? And there's no point fighting Rickard, because there'd just be no way, like, without the, oh, you sucker. Well, this is why, well, no, this is not why I don't do PvP. I don't do PvP because I would need, like, spend $200 before I can do PvP, and it just ain't worth it. Okay. This is how you want to be. First. Don't like you. Ha 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 ha. I got a knife too, stupid. I should have just been using Ice Storm that whole time. You wasted my time, you little bard. Alright, so let's just get to Moog first, and we'll see what what the time looks like on the clock. And then we'll think about maybe getting anyone else. So I'm not going to do Rickard because, I mean, it'll take a while to get to him, one, and it's... The spell casting, it'd just be... I don't even think my spells can reach Rickard. Now that I think about it, I don't think I can even reach him. Arcane spell mage, yeah, probably, but I don't think I can even reach him. And everyone else of interest is lower levels, so... Basically, it's not hot. I'm not going to go through any of, like, the dungeons. So, I guess, basically, and Estelle is, like, the only other one. I guess I can do the Death Bird. But there's a better Death Bird in the DLC, so... I'd rather just do... If I'm going to fight a Death Bird, I'd rather just do that one. But there is no... At least I... No, there's no Estelle in the DLC, so that's why he's an option. So, we'll do Estelle, I guess. And then go from there. Yeah, the summoner got swatted. Oh crap, he followed me. Oh crap, two of them followed me. Why did it fly through him just then? Well, that was cheap. Now, unfortunately, these stupid little... Oh, good, it went away. It lasts a long time, shockingly. But this one happened to go away just as I needed to approach it. Alright, so we're at Moog, so we are covered. We're good for tonight, and looks like we'll be getting some DLC time, too. So, let's head over to Estelle, shall we? We'll mark him, because this can be tricky. Let's head on over to Estelle. Do something a little different. And then we'll go from there, depending on how quickly I get through Estelle and Moog. I doubt I'll get through Millennia very quickly. What's this? I don't recognize this. Is there something here? No, not the NPC invasion. No, no, I don't care. I don't want to do it. Screw off. I'm leaving. God damn it. No, I don't care. Maybe if I keep running, she'll give up. Where's my marker? She even... Just keep going. I do think they will give up, actually. If there's no, like, invisible wall that prevents you from running away, they will give up. Oh, crap. That's not what I meant by invisible wall. Yay, she's gone. But you're not. Crap. You little... Oh, there are two of them? Whoa. Hey. Leave Torn alone. Now, where's his mine? Hello? What the... Oh, shit. These things. Will-o-wisps! Okay, now where's that mine? Okay, there it is. Okay, where is this again? I haven't been in here for a while. And these guys are probably... Actually, you never know. You never know when something's going to be really resistant to something. It's actually extremely rare in Dark Souls to get an enemy that's very, very highly resistant to your spells and stuff. Okay, where's the guy with the key? Damn it, there. I know there's a key. Actually, maybe I don't need it. Uh-oh. Crap. Hopefully I don't need it. Please tell me I don't need it. In case it's this one, I'll just check this one. Nope. Please no key, please no key. I keep thinking there's a key. Hopefully I'm wrong. There's no locked door I gotta deal with. Yay, okay, good. Now I don't have to deal with any of that crap again. Scratch my bum. Not my head, I don't need a haircut. Fine, you can touch my head. Wait, are you in the fight now? Oh, shit balls. You're freaking kidding me. Honestly, it might be simpler to just die here than to try to deal with him as well as the spell. Yeah, forget it. Just too complicated to deal with both of them at the same time. And he's actually pretty chunky. He took a few of those. Oh, he can be hit by a stealth. Now I know. Now I find out. Because otherwise, the bosses usually take out these guys really, really fast. When if that ever happens, which, believe it or not, this is not the first time this has happened, but when it does happen, usually you just... Well, don't ignore them, but, like, just... Focus on the boss, but keep your distance. Eventually the boss is going to kill them. And usually will kill them really, really fast. Okay, I don't need... Wait, why is that? All right, I took it off for safety's sake. Let's see. Get my regular stuff back on because... do I need this? Maybe... Okay, now we have no interference. Where's that? Where's my souls? Where are they? Where'd they drop? Oh, crap. That idiot took them, didn't he? Of course he did. And they're all gone. Of course they are. Well, my own fault. I was too busy looking around instead of focusing on him again. Well, there goes souls, but that's okay. I have the means to get a lot more very quickly if I wanted to. Not like I needed the extra 1 point of int. I should really get a great rune. Okay, let's try this again. Yes, that's right. You shoot yourself in the ground. Now, how is this going to work? I've never fought him with a mage. Where'd you go? Okay, I see pressing the healing button is pointless. Like, what the hell? I was literally slamming it just then, but... Okay. Is it going to be one of those nights I see? And he's not taking much damage from magic damage. So this is gonna be funky. I mean, it's not like he's taking nothing. Okay, now he doesn't hit the ground. But he ain't taking a lot either. And off he goes. Where'd he go? Where'd you go? Oh, that was close. You ran away again? Oh, come on. You know what? Might have more luck just spamming Dark Moon. I mean, it's longer range. He doesn't move very quickly. And the tracking is quite good. So First, I do have to actually hit his head. He seems to realize what I'm trying to do. Suddenly he's dodging, double dodging. I don't think I've ever seen him do a double dodge like that. He just dodges and then immediately runs away. And then immediately dodges again, or teleports again, I should say. I pressed it. Come on. Okay, Ice Storm, not so effective on him. At least I'm not seeing any of those crazy 5,000 HP damage Ice Storms I was seeing with the Death Knight. Oh shit, that was dumb of me. Come on, take him out. Okay, we are officially into... Actually, no, I don't have to say that. This should deal with him. Yeah, and even him in the face, just sort of hit him in the back of the throat. So, yeah. We got Estelle in for a change. Just for a slightly different change of pace. Now, where's that... Okay, where's the fast exit? Well, actually, you know, it's pretty close to the exit for this one. Oh, there you are. Let's get out of here. And let's go pay Mogi a visit. Yeah, it feels kind of weird getting this quickly to these final bosses. We don't have to worry about the regular bosses anymore. Because we did them last night. Alright, so how am I going to do here? This is going to be a little different. How's this going to go? See, because I remember Moog was a little funny with the arcane mage. But I don't know how he's going to take frost damage. Like, sure, he has some weird resistances to it. Especially if you hit him in the face for some reason. But I also have the frost benefit this time. And he's going to stand there and just slowly walk up. You know what? I should use these runes first. And again, how many do I need? Yeah, I should use them first. I'm going to use them first. And another point event that you don't need. Ooh, I need more than that. Okay, back to Moog. Brief little interruption, but we'll do them. Alright, stupid. La 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 la. Reverse elevator music. Mm-hmm. Hey, you guys look like you're having fun. Don't mind me, I'm just on my way to slay your master. Enjoy your giant statue. Is that how Mog's supposed to look like? It's an improvement, I must say. Alright, so this time he's going to start close to me. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? Let's start with some of these. Yeah, I gotta actually have to glow. I have to actually get close here. Because the spell actually doesn't have a very long range. That was a risk, that was a risk. Damn it. Well, that was a bad place to be standing. I'm gonna be hit by that. Standing on top of the blood flames and then get hit by a it was just a bad confluence of just nastiness. That was... yeah, that was painful. Okay, so the damage is fine, really, but it's not epic. So let's try this again. Don't use those so much. Lingering AoE, ground AoEs. It's like the mage's biggest enemy. Don't stand in the flames, as they say in World of Warcraft. Come on, get it off, get off, get off. Damn it. You know, I gotta stop doing that. It's not smart. So it looks like I'm gonna have to actually be close to him. No, get him out of there. Oh, you're stupid. They say don't stand in the flames, but you know, I guess they didn't have this in mind when they said it. Jeez, I actually tripped over there. Because the flames are everywhere. And they make me bleed. Oh god, these ones are still there. Okay, sorry to be a little spammy on that one by just spamming that over and over again, but the bloody dots on the ground were everywhere, like everywhere. I couldn't think of anything else. It seemed like every time I start moving in one direction, there's another flame. So glad World of Warcraft. Well, maybe Warcraft did do something like that at some point, but I don't remember anything like that. Oh, they'd have some deadly flames on the ground, but they wouldn't be like scattered haphazardly everywhere like that. Actually, wait, you know what? Now that I think about it, I do actually remember something like that. I just can't remember where it was, but yeah, they did do something like that. It was some raid somewhere. That's a lot of runes, so I'm going to want to make sure I take advantage of those too, because next up is Millennia. Although I don't really intend to, like, devote all the rest of the stream to just fighting her because it's probably not going to go well. So, wait, how much more do I need? Okay, I am sure. Oh, that's good. Or maybe I should get a couple DLC. Nah, there's a lot of running around before you can even get to a DLC boss. How about this? We'll see how Millennia goes. Then we'll give her a shot or two. Then you'll go to the DLC and get some bosses in. And then we'll come back to Millennia and see how it goes. That's an idea. So, but first, let's say hi to Millennia. Because, I mean, the first time you fight her, you're right in her face anyway. Now, I don't see how I can possibly fight her without... I don't see how I can like switch around and cast different spells and all this stuff. No, I don't have a choice, I don't think. Although I should be able to get away without using Bloodhound. Actually, no, I'll need that for... Well, I need Icicle. Oh, right, I didn't go through my spells, did I? Okay. So, what do we got for the Frost spell? So... This is over Frost. Ice Bolt. And because there's no actual Blizzard spell in the game, this is the closest thing to a Blizzard you're going to get for the Blizzard spell. And I had to use Ashes of Wars to do the rest. Yes, I know mages can't use spears, but it's the only way to get... This would be... What was it called? Icicle Bolt? Icicle? The instant Icicle spell. And this is Cone of Cold. Whoop. No, that's not Cone of Cold. Wrong button. This stands in for Cone of Cold. Even though it's definitely a very different spell, it has the same functionality in terms of being a short-range cone effect. So there's all the spells. So that I'm covered with. Now, I have no idea how I can possibly use all these on Millennia, because it's impossible. I mean, I have hard enough time trying to switch between all the spells against other bosses, against Millennia. Honestly, I really think that this is just going to be one of these cases where... And my computer just shut off. Okay. I think this is going to be one of those cases where... I'm just going to have to... Forget about trying to use all the spells. Like, you remember what happened when I fought Verdun with... Oh, actually, even Millennia with Ornstein and Smo. I tried fighting them like Ornstein and Smo. But then I said, this is not working. So I then started fighting them intelligently, the way you're supposed to fight them, and then they both went down. So this is probably going to be the same case here. So I'll give my shot casting all the spells like I'm supposed to, but when that doesn't work, because it won't work, then I'm probably going to have to switch to just dodging her and spamming Frostbolt. Oops, that's not what I meant to cast. Oh, that was fast. Wait, she gonna be dodging all the spells this whole time? Ooh, I didn't consider that. Because when I was fighting her with the arcane mage, the spells had tracking. A lot of her spells had tracking, or they went up from beneath her. Oh, this is something I didn't consider. That she can dodge all these spells. Ooh. Oh, this is going to be fun then. Press the button. I pressed it, come on. Fighting her with low poise builds is always cute. Okay, fun start so far. Ooh, what am I going to do with spells if she can't... If she can just avoid this? Well, let's see what happens if I use... I wonder if she can dodge Ice Spear. Well, it seems to slow her down at least. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. She's avoiding everything. Oh boy. Okay, then this is gonna be interesting, isn't it? I gotta turn my computer back on. 1 second. Okay, let's head to the DLC for now, because I figured there'd be some issues here with Millennia. So let's get some DLC action in. Well, I don't know why I'm going to bother, because we're going to have to take some time to just get to everything. So who would be a good place to start? We'll start with Dragon, Undead Dragon, Dancing Beast, Dancing Lion, maybe? I don't know, I have to run to him. You know, just some of the early ones. And we'll get back to Millennia. It'll probably have to be like last time with Arcane Mage, where I had to come back and beat him after. Was that Arcane Mage? Beat Radon and then went and fought her. But I fully expect this to go the same way it did last time, that I'm probably going to have to summon help or some kind. Because it was damn near like, actually, you know what? This might actually be even harder with Frost Mage. Because he's dodging everything! She wasn't dodging everything with Arcane Mage. Arcane Mage, it was just more like... It was just more sheer dealing with all the damage and, you know, spamming certain spell, whatever. It was just hard to time everything. But no, here I'm going to have to probably get my friends, because, you know, it's World of Warcraft. There's nothing against forming a party and getting your friends to fight enemies that might be too tough. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, I've already beaten Millennia and Radon in very difficult ways, so it's don't have anything to prove in that sense. Go look at my sword and board build if you want to see more of that. My classic sword and board build. It's they're no fun to fight with the sword and shield, and no abilities whatsoever. Trust me, it was hellish. Actually, did I even beat them in that video? I forget if I beat them in that video. You know what? I think I ended up giving up on Millennia with the sword and shield. Because it was right. I gave up with the sword and shield on Millennia because you can't use a shield on Millennia. If you block her attacks, it just regenerates HP. So when I was playing a build specifically designed to actually use the shield, it was impossible to beat her. But again, keep in mind, I was like literally trying to use the shield to actually block, not just use it to bash her. When you use it to bash her, then yeah, sure, she's no problem. In fact, you can make her look downright silly by using a bashing shield with like bleed or something on it, or the heavy bash, not just the bash, but the heavy one. I think it was the shield slam, and then you'll literally just like drag her across the ground. All right, sleeping dragon, don't wake a sleeping dragon, they say. Yeah, well, that's exactly what I'm about to do. And I hit a rock. Of course I hit a rock. Let's try this again. Whoop, not that spell again. Hey, get back here. Get back here. Ooh, might be resistance to frost. Damn it. No, not that time to cast that spell. Whoa. Okay, that should have killed me. Oh, I thought I got lucky again. But it still hit me. Oh, it wasn't a rock. I thought it was standing behind a rock, but I guess it was just wood. No, bushes cannot save you from being hit by dragon fire. Okay, this is going crap. That's a first. I don't normally get hit by his neck. Oh shit, right, because no, I don't normally do targeting. I usually fight without the targeting off because it's actually... Fighting dragons while locked on is actually not advised. Because it does this to the camera. Pooh. Okay. So suddenly, this is getting more, well, as I get higher level and everything's not just a pushover, suddenly things are getting more interesting. And not necessarily for reasons like, simple reasons like, oh, they're just higher HP. No. Now I got the camera spinning around like crazy, so what am I going to do here? What am I going to do here without resorting to just calling for help? Aw, again? It hit the stupid rock? Of course it did. You know what? I am used to fighting unlocked, so this spell works just fine if you're not locked on. Granted, it doesn't do much damage, and it should hit multiple portions of him at the same time. Crap. Nope, don't go all the way over. Arrgh. Those poor animals! Okay, this is the way to go. This is the way. So we're gonna ice storm his butt. Oh crap. I'd say freeze his nuts off, but I don't think there are any left. I think that's the first thing to go when you're in dead. In fact, the Forsaken have actually said as much, I think. They would know. Damn it, the camera is killing me today. Good, finally, now I can see your face. Yes, it's very ugly, I know. Congratulations. I am so... Obviously, I'm way used to fighting in melee. What are you doing here? Who are you? Get out of here. No ads. We don't need any ads. Okay, you're about to do something I don't like. And it hit me anyway. Of course it did. Ah, stupid camera. I don't even know what that was. Okay, so... Yeah, okay, this camera lock-on is killing me here. I'm getting spun around like crazy. Which is why I was using Froststorm, because it's just simpler that way. I can hit multiple parts of him at once. It's actually being harder here. Huff. I was not expecting this guy to present any kind of challenge. I might have to just do him and then go right to Millennia, because this is it's funny how when you do all these different builds, it's funny what ends up proving to be more challenging. Every different boss can, like, so many bosses will be, oh, this guy's hard, but he's so easy with this build. And yet, this one other boss will be like, this guy is super easy, but now he's crazy hard with this build. It's like, it's amazing, the differences you can see when you do these builds. Whoop, nope. I wanted to hit him with this. And he clearly hasn't seen me. That's, impressive. Wait, have I not hit him yet? What the? But the Dark Moon hit him. He didn't register? Now we freeze the balls. Freeze them some more. Not that he has any left. But, you know. Oh, this is so dangerous fighting this way. I can't see what he's doing at all. Because normally in melee, I only have to swing once, and then even if I can't see what he's doing, I can just do a thing where you swing and then you dodge, and you have no idea what's coming, so you just dodge anyway. Damn it. So even if you don't know what's coming, chances are you'll avoid whatever he's about to do. Uh-oh. This is worn off. I need my mage armor. Which doesn't... I've only done this much damage so far? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. This is not going well. I gotta tell you, I was definitely not expecting this fight to present any sort of challenge tonight. And again, I wasn't expecting to even do this fight at all tonight. Damn it, I pressed it. Whatever. That's... Okay, then. Somehow, this is actually much lower DPS than just a regular melee build. Actually, not somehow. I know why it's lower, because 3 or 4 slashes on his legs is going to do, like, 2,000 damage or something. Where are you? I'm completely turned around here. Okay. Whereas here, I'm lucky to get one shot off. Well, if these boss fights all went exactly the same way every single time, this would all be incredibly boring. So it's better this way. I think I'm going to try to just focus on his face. Even though I don't normally... I always fight under his feet, or his feet. But clearly there's too much camera shenanigans going on fighting underneath its legs. Dodge roll, dodge spam. I know it's not blink, but... Actually, no, I could have totally used blink. See, this is why it's better to focus on space, because that keeps happening. I keep getting... Huh. Maybe I can get locked into that melee ability. Oh, right, the bad one, the bad one. No, not that one. Oh, wow, that did a lot of damage. FYI, this is a really bad way to fight this guy, just so everyone knows. Oh, you're up there now. Okay. Yeah, what am I going to do with you up there? It mucks things up too much. And now there's too much stuff in the way, and it gets stuck on things. It makes things overly complicated. Wow, this is getting funky. He's going all over the place. And I'm almost out of mana again. Crap. I pressed the button, but okay. For some reason, there was a really long delay on the... Oh, crap. I'm stuck on... Crap! I'm stuck on... This is why you don't want to move out of the lake area. Oh, this is unexpected. Went in thinking I'd do Millennium and all these guys, and I'm stuck on the stupid dragon. Okay. So what's the... I don't know what else to say here. It's just... This damage is very low, and the camera is... I never fight him. I never fight it with lock on, because... Oh, look... Okay, look at this fog. This is terrible. Okay, this stupid fog is awful. The weather effects in the DLC are terrible. Okay, that's better. It's still foggy, but at least now it's dark and foggy. What am I gonna do here? I can't lock onto him. Because it causes the camera to spin around like crazy. I can't stand under his feet because it's too risky. just have to try this again, because this was... And I guess it would help if I actually dodged attacks. Oh, come on. See, that's the one. When he does a stomp attack like that, that's what's absolutely screwing me over here. Because normally what I can do is I can just attack a couple times, and then when I see the foot come up, I can just dodge to the side, and I know I'll evade it, or at least mostly evade it. But here, it's like by the time I finish casting the spell, whoops, I have already... Oh no, that's the wrong spell to cast just then. By the time I finish casting the spell, the animation finishes. Damn it. This is going to be one of those times when I'm going to have to just not talk and just focus on the fight. Oh, that's stupid. Oh, that's just a bad time to use a flask. That's all it's doing. Wait, the ball hit him. What the hell? It hit him. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I'm pressing the dodge button, and it's just not registering tonight. And I guess I was out of class. Okay. Okay, huh. Ha ha ha. Let's try with something, let's do a little more efficiency, spell efficiency. I don't think damage is really the problem. I mean, damage to me, because he doesn't hit me that often. But there is it's just damage is what this is boiling down to. What's in my flask? What's in my mixed physics? Because I could have sworn I had something... What the hell? Restores all ailments? Heals HP? What the hell is all that about? Man, I must have read that wrong. Alright, I looked at the wrong one. All FP consumption temporarily boosts magic attacks. Okay, that's fine. So what does that feel like? Why is it still using... It seems like I still use mana even when I'm after using it. So what the hell's going on there? Get out of the menu. Get off. Torrent. What the hell? Okay. Another screw up. I was pressing the button to get out of the menu and get off torrent, but for some reason it just wasn't responding. What a weird night this is. And I completely blew a mixed physics. God damn it. What? Oh. Okay, well, my dodge button is clearly deciding to take a vacation. I mean, if this is how it's going with... Oh, this is not even, like, part of the program. This is just an optional content. This is, like just a bonus boss. It's like, hey, let's just give him a shot. I thought it was beyond Dancing Lion and Rolana by now. Urgh. Wait, no. Gotta take this one. Make sure the stupid rock doesn't stop Dark Moon. Aim for his head, so that the ball will be forced to go through the body. Okay. I don't know if it's... Usually it takes a little longer. Usually when it feels like the buttons aren't responding anymore, it's usually much later. But this is getting pretty bad. I don't know, my reflexes are clearly eroding really fast, really rapidly tonight for some reason. I don't know why. And I'm not sure what to do about it at this point, because now it seems like I'm missing literally every single shot. Every single move, every single movement it makes, it's just a complete whiff. And I feel like I'm hammering the buttons down and they're just not responding, so... Don't hit the rock. Please don't hit the rock. Please don't hit the rock. Oh, stagger. I'm not sure what to do here with these staggers, really. Oh shit. Damn it, I couldn't see the special effect, because the effect of Frost Storm is like completely the same color. No, I pressed the button. Why did you stop moving? I must have hit something. I must have hit something because I did the step. Well, blink. Remember, it's supposed to be blink, right? Stand in for blink. Crap. You know, maybe I should do this right here. It actually has a good range and good tracking. Unfortunately, I can't see him. That spell in the way. No, I pressed. Come on. I pressed it. And it didn't. And the game actually registered it, but for some reason, instead of using the bloodhounds, it just sort of, you just kind of little sidestep. Like, what the hell was that? Oh my god. This is ridiculous. This is turning into a shit show. Like, what the hell? I pressed the button and it's like the game registered and just said, nah. I couldn't have been out of mana. Was I out of stamina? I must have been out of stamina. That was... Ugh. And I'm thinking this guy is immune to frostbite, because I don't think I've seen that characteristic burst of HP loss yet. Okay, well, that got screwed up there at the end. I just couldn't... Suddenly I got all run around, and when Torrent, it's like... I don't know, there's a weird delay when you press the button to dismount him. Well, this is taking way longer than I thought it would. I honestly thought it'd be like a one-shot go sort of thing. I really don't know what else to do here. It's basically just going to boil down to just very slowly just watch every move and... take your time to plan your shots, and like this is like how it'd be going when you have... You must like have a lot of resistance against frost or something. Like this is more like how a fight would go if I had like no shadow tree fragments or something. So I don't know what... Well, I don't know. For some reason this is just taking very, very long time, and it's taking some... Maybe if I had like... Well, I can't do it with 14 full healing flasks, because then I have no mana regeneration. So I am not sure what I can possibly do here short of calling for help. And I'm trying to avoid doing that, but I don't see any other option, really. At least to do it tonight. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's not against the rules or anything. Well, we're just going to see how that goes. But I'd really rather not have done this. This is getting ridiculous. So... And I do need to move on. Although I really think it's going to be the same way with Millennia, because I have no idea. If she's dodging all my spells like that, I mean, you can't reasonably expect me to just fight her plainly. Like, wow, like she's dodging everything. Although directly, this could actually be a bit of a problem because if he spins around a lot to deal with the Latenna, it could throw me off. I pressed it. Why does this keep happening? Oh, God. How do I have to call this one early? My timing is gone. Oh, but I can't do anything about it. What am I supposed to do? Oh man, I guess I can still attack his head. Ah, you're killing me with the camera here. You literally killed me with the camera. Oh my God. Holy crap, I was literally killed with the camera. Okay, not literally, but you know what I mean. The camera spun around, and I'm trying to get back to him, and the next thing I see, he spins around, and that's a one-shot. Holy damn. Oh, that was going really well. Oh, and not even necessarily because of Latenna, but because I got that de-staggered, and I had the storm going off on his head. Damn it, but stupid camera screwed me over. And I'm trying to dislock, right? To dislock from it. And it just wouldn't respond. What the hell is going on tonight? These buttons are just not responding at all. I don't know. This is driving me nuts. You're pissing me off. And it's too late to be pissing me off. So pissy. Fine, I'm only going to do one more of these because we really got to get back to Millennia, and honestly, we know how it's going to go with Millennia anyway. So I am pretty darn sure I'm going to need to summon help with Millennia because she's dodging like all my abilities, like literally dodging everything. So I think it's definitely going to have to be a summons. I'm definitely going to need NPC help with Millennia. I don't think there's any way around that one. When she's dodging, like... Well, it's like everything. Oh crap, that's not the spell I want to cast this in. Need my mage armor. Mage armor ain't gonna block that. God damn, that stupid log, it wouldn't turn off. That probably would have did some real good damage. Well, okay, it still did good damage, but I would have preferred if it was more like 8,000 than 4,000. Get out of there! Wait, did Lieutenant stop shooting? And there's that camera screwing me over again. Yes, get back, Lieutenant. You're back in the fight, finally. Yes, keep roaring. I don't know why. Oh, right, I know. This is why you're roaring. Eee. Come on, just one more shot anywhere, any part of your body. Oh, God. Who would think that would be the final boss? Ugh. Huh. Okay, let's do Millennia. Oh, not there. One sec, I just need a moment to breathe here. Okay. Now, I don't even know why I'm... Wait, how am I rested? Ah, screw the runes. It's not like I can spend anything with them, spend anything on them. Actually, I can't. Maybe I should spend them. I mean, even though it's just all going to go into Int, but once I max out Int, I can start maxing out Mind. So, which is probably why this is not worth doing any of this. Okay. That was probably too much, but okay, whatever. And max down Int for all the good it's going to do. So, we already know how this is going to go with Millennia. So, what are going to be my options? She's going to avoid everything. But let's try it anyway. Oh crap, spells don't interrupt her. Don't hiccup her. Okay, normally the dodging can get around her easily. I don't think I can even bother with those spells this time. Let's go full heavy tracking and AoE. Maybe I should just spam that. She can't seem to evade it. I mean, she's trying to evade it, but she can't. Yep. I always need a shot or two to get my timing back for evading that, but tonight I don't seem to have any evasion capability whatsoever. My reflexes are completely shot already tonight. So that was working, just spamming a high tracking spell. Even though it was cheap, but, I mean, it was working. But now I gotta remember how to dodge her stupid waterfowl dance. So I guess we're just gonna be spamming this. We're gonna tell it, it's working. Okay. So you take off all my HP right off the bat. Normally you only have to evade the first attack, and then on the second one it's just evade right, evade left, right, then back, and that usually works. But for some reason she's landing all her attacks before I even get through the first dodge. Oh boy. Okay, well, there's no point using Hoarfrost Stomp, I see. Low poise, man. Low poise builds. Ugh. She hits you once and you just can't move. And she hits a lot. She doesn't just hit you once, she hits you rapidly. So this is almost like a don't get hit period sort of build fight. And oh right, that's what was going on with Arcane Mage. It was extremely difficult just to get to her second phase. Because there was just, you have to be like so perfect. Why couldn't I move? Why couldn't I move? Was I out of stamina? She just stood there. I actually got through the first two attacks. I just had to do the back, which is like the easiest parts, and just stood there like an idiot. I must have ran out of stamina. Only explanation. So, spamming Ronnie's Dark Moon is definitely... Hoarfrost Stomp is absolutely worthless, so let's get rid of that. Where is Bloodhound? Let's try Icicle Blast, or whatever it was called in World of Warcraft. I forget now. The instant cast one that does bonus damage, like 4 times damage on frozen targets. Well, at least that still hits her, even if he hits me during... Oh, no. See? I know how to dodge it, just for some reason tonight I can't seem to dodge the first part of the attack. Fortunately, she might be learning how to dodge this spell now. Never mind. Took it right to the face. Damn it. I should have healed the HP instead. You don't want... In World of Warcraft, when you're going after boss level enemies or tough enemies as a mage, you usually need friends. Now, I know there's always someone saying, oh, well, you can own anyone with a mage. What are you talking about? It says, yeah, but in World of Warcraft, when you hit someone with Frostbolt, they get slowed. And you can really increase the rate at which they get slowed. And you can freeze them in place. And arcane can slow them down. And you can use like all sorts of different things to like get around the fight. And I think I'm not sure about fire because I didn't play fire much. I think they would have the blade. Oh, see, this is why you focus instead of talking, kids. They think they had the blazing something. They could run really fast when they were. Well, I forget when it would activate. They'd have a buff in fire where every now and again they'd gain like blazing speed, and they could run around or something. So yeah, that was a thing in World of Warcraft. Here, it's not a thing. Well, okay, no, bosses would also be generally immune to things like that, and that is when you'd have your friends. I'd at least like to try and get the second phase, so and see what would happen if I had a chance to just cast. Because that ended up being what happened with the arcane mage. If I had a chance to just stand there and cast, she would be destroyed. But I would never have a chance to cast without Andrea. But unfortunately, Andrea is not available tonight. He ain't leveled up. Oh crap. Yeah, that was gonna be a mess. Alright, well, she just dodges Ice Spear, so it looks like we're gonna have to go back to just using Bloodhound Step, i.e. Blink. Because at least it's fast. Well, I mean, I should be able to dodge her attacks normally, but I am not. I seem to be out of gas already tonight. Earlier than usual, so... And I promised myself I was not gonna... I'm not gonna do like what happened to Arcane Mage, to spend all night barely getting through her first phase. Because it's just... Well, it's just really tricky. I couldn't see her winding up through the stupid ball. And a lot of these spells aren't even hiccuping her. Man, those are really hitting me a lot tonight. I can usually do that without getting hit. Well, at least I'll get hit once. And when she spams that ability, I'm usually screwed. If she... See, this is one of these times where I've said in the past where if these bosses were as aggressive as people would normally be, like if they wanted to kill you, they just do it no problem. Because if they just spam their best attacks, they'd blow through you like nothing. And hers is that multi-attack where she just charges you and just starts swinging away. And if she keeps spamming, if she does one, then it's usually not hard. You just, well, I'm trying to roll around behind her. You don't roll backwards or forward. You try and roll to the left or right. But for some reason tonight, I don't know why, instead of being a left roll around her, it's more like off to the side, and she just spins around and hits me. But that's normally what you do with that. But if she spams it, like she does it and then just does it again and just does it again, I've seen her do it, like spam it like 3 times in a row. You can't roll around it. By the time you finish rolling through the first one, she's on you with the second one, and you're getting hit. And if she does another one, then again, you're already in the middle of finishing up your previous roll. So if these bosses really wanted to, they could just kill you. But a lot of the times they're doing this instead. They're just sort of walking slowly and looking cool. Or roaring or something. Mesmer is probably one of the few that's constantly on the move and doing something. Yeah, okay, that got messed up. Actually, even Mesmer is guilty of sometimes doing a slow walk. But when he goes into a slow walk, he usually then goes into his summon conjure flame thing. And those little balls of flame are really annoying. I'd at least try and get to second phase, at least just once. Just get to second phase at least once. Just to see what would happen if I got a chance to just cast. She seems to have figured out how to attack me now. She's not letting me cast that anymore. Can they learn? Oh my god, can you imagine if Souls bosses had like AI that would allow them to learn from you? Like if you kept fighting them over and over again, they slowly learned what all your tricks and tactics are? That'd be a nightmare. That's another problem with the spell. Yeah, it's working, but I can't see her. You cheap bastard. You did it again. After doing another one. Okay. Yep. Alright, well, normally it takes a little longer for this to happen, but I seem to have reached that point in the night where I am a little earlier than usual, but it seems like I'm out of gas. Now it's like, now I'm at that point where it's like I'm pressing the buttons and it feels like nothing's responding anymore. So, and I promised I wouldn't do this like I did with Arcane Mage, where I just spent like 40 minutes or so just trying to do this over and over again, and I was just hitting a wall over and over again. When it's perfectly valid and within reason of World of Warcraft to summon your friends. Problem is I don't have any friends at the moment. I don't have anyone all leveled up for this, so who do I got? And I'm not going to use the Mimic tier because, you know, it's just another mage. Like that's not going to work. So I need someone who can still do some solid tanking. Okay, Putrid Corpses. I mean, actually, you know what? We'll say Putrid Corpses doesn't make sense because even when I summoned last time, at least it was like a character I could say, oh, look, I'm going to summon my warrior. So I shouldn't use Putrid Corpses, but we'll just say this is for experiment's sake. Please appear near me. And no, they're going to appear right in the middle of the water. Of course you did. Now let's go back to these guys. Oh wait, they might cause it to regenerate HP extremely rapidly. Yeah, this is probably not a smart idea. Right, I remember when... Oh shit. And she's got all her HP back. Yes, I remember when I did this last time. What ended up happening was simply being really far away from her when she used Waterfowl Dance was enough to evade the worst of it. Because she'd go through most of it before she even got close to me. Yeah, it was just a matter of evading the final two parts of the dance, which is not that hard. Or I could just use Bloodhound Step. And she's got all her HP back. Okay. I knocked her out of it! And she knocked me on my ass for some reason. So, and you can't move at all. Okay, so if she hadn't regained all her HP, I actually would have knocked her down. Okay, so definitely not going to use the Putrid Corpses. But who can I possibly... I don't have anyone leveled up. Well, I mean, we can go back to Andrea, just for fun, but you don't want to use everyone every night. Let's see here. Kristoff? Nah, you did your fine job as Ornstein. Okay, well, he is too low level to make a difference, but I just want to see. I mean, technically, to be World of Warcraft accurate, I'd have to have 4 other players with me. So this is probably not going to go very well. But last time, I think he held it really well. I can't see anything. I have no clue what's going on. Ooh, that ball went to the moon. And Andreas is getting his ass kicked. See, the fact that my attacks are not interrupting her, or not flinching her, is making a huge difference here. Okay, well, that's that. Well, I am actually really curious to see now what would happen if Kristoff... Well, okay, maybe we should get someone else than Andreas, because we did... Kristoff we used already, we did Andreas already. Who else can work? Because I have nothing left in the tank, unfortunately. So I cannot spend another half hour just trying to dodge because it's not working. It is just not working. Okay, so who else can work? That acts like a single NPC that acts like you're summoning a friend. You know, for a party. No, you're too... Do I summon the rogue? No, we already used her. She can actually solo Millennia. Finley, we haven't used Finley. But I'm not sure what class she'd fill in as like a World of Warcraft class. Lutal, well, I guess he has a shield. An archer, we have Lieutenant if we want an archer. Kristoff was used. Swordsman Yosh. Like a gnome swordsman, maybe? Actually, that sounds kind of funny. But I think he has like no HP, so this is not going to work. Rollo, there's nothing really like that in World of Warcraft. Lieutenant we use. Battle Mage Hughes, no, not really anything. Hill, not really. Andreas is the best example. Who is someone that's like Engvil? Maybe something along the lines of Engvil or Oleg. But Lotel actually has a shield. I want to see how he does.
Take a look. Don't worry. I'll continue, which is why his roots, he won't. His shackles are his high top.
Okay, where are... Oh, I have no... Nah. Fine, I gotta get runes. Of course I need runes. That's probably not gonna be enough.
I see.
And no, I can't optimize my armor a bit yet, because I'm saving that for, like, you know, final DLC sort of thing. Like, now I'm at the final DLC. Now I have my optimum gear sort of deal, so... Not yet. Just not quite yet. Okay. Where am I off here? Okay, it's a final page. Well, you got a shield, so I want to see how you do. I'm going to run out of money, aren't I? Crap. All this just so I can spam Orb of Frost, as we're calling it, over and over again. She just dodges everything else. But the idea is she might dodge less if she's distracted. Okay, Andreas, you're definitely great, but you had your run, so let's give someone else a shot. Alright, here we go. Now I'm summoning friends, because that's what we do in World of Warcraft. When facing a tough boss, especially if you're a mage, who can't be slowed or stopped, you summon your friends. And this is exactly what happened last time with Arcane Mage, so this is not exactly unusual. Now, is it easier here with these spells? Let's practice. Yes, it is. But we want her to get Lutil, come on. Oh, right, you're an undead guy. Ooh. Technically, this is like summoning an undead. Leave me alone. Oh, shit. Oh, she did leave me alone. And she saved some for both of us. Never mind, just go back to spamming this, I guess. Forgive me for trying to practice some form of efficiency here. Couldn't even see her do that. I had the spell cast, and just as I have the spell going off, I see her jump up and like, oh crap. I'm not even being on the ground by the time she attacks. Ugh. Okay, well, Lutil is not as in your face as Andrea was. Damn it. Lutil's doing nothing. He ain't no Andrea. No, don't teleport to my side. I don't want you to stand by my side. Focus on her. Ooh, that was close. Get her attention. Get her attention. Good boy. Yay! Just as she's going into Waterfell Dance. What? Oh, come on. Why did she perfectly target? Normally, you dislock and you run beneath her, and what happens is she shoots over your head. This time, oh, God. I don't even get a chance to see what would happen in second phase if I could just use the mixed physics class. Oh. Well, I'm going to do it one more time. And if I can't get her to second phase again, then I'm just calling it. Because like I said, I seem to be out of gas much sooner than usual. Because at this point, my dodging is just absolute shit, so... And... This is going... I'm shocked at how poorly this is going. Well, okay. And unfortunately, this is the thing that usually can really annoy me. It's not necessarily... This is not going wrong just because of things like, oh, the damage is too low, or all the... She does too much damage, or anything like this. It's just because, for some strange reason, these spells aren't making her flinch. Which is a key part of any fight against her, usually. So for some reason, these aren't flinching her. These spells. Like the Cone of... Actually, even the Cone of Cold doesn't always flinch her. Sometimes it does. But everything else is not flinching her. So it's like, well, now it's like there's an actual mechanic is working against me. Like an actual game thing. Whereas with the Arcane Mage, those spells would flinch her. If she got hit with all the spells from... Well, I was calling it Arcane Missile. They would all flinch her, every single hit. So it was easy. Or what was it? The explosive thing? It would actually blow her off her feet. So I was just spamming that over and over again. But this is working the entirely opposite. These frost spells are doing nothing. Okay, this one does. This one does seem to flinch her and even knock her out of Waterfowl Dance, but this is not like with Arcane Mage where like everything was doing so. Oh, and now it's just, yeah, okay. Buttons are just not doing anything anymore. I had plenty of time to to do blink, as we're calling it. But okay, you know what, Lutul? You are shit. Okay, now I'm just curious. I just want to see what's going to happen. I want to see what happens if I pull out little Frosty Yoda. Because technically, a gnome swordsman is a thing. Right? They'd be like a warrior, I guess. But that is a thing. So now I'm just curious to see what this will do. I think his HP is going to be way too low. But now I'm just downright curious. I want to see how this is going to work. Okay, who's got runes? Whose life is worth most runes? I think that was 30, 30. Okay, you guys aren't worth much. Alright, let's see what you can do, Yosh. At the very least, you should be able to keep her really distracted, and I'm short. He's pricey. Gnome swordsmen are pricey. Who knew? Also, I think his attacks are all frost-based, so this should stack well with spamming Orb of Frost, as we're calling it. The stand-in for Orb of Frost. Now I could easily just summon in Yosh or Black Knife Teach or whatever, Andre or whatever. I know they'd work, but I don't want to do this knowing who works, because we've already seen what they can do. So let's not. Teach can destroy her. Actually, I'm shocked at how effective she is against Millennium. Huh, thought Josh would be dying faster. Oh, Josh would be dying faster. Actually, it might actually be pronounced Josh. There's a lot of these old English spelling style things that's going on here. That's why Shadow Tree is actually Shadow Tree. And stuff like that. I don't know what means exactly. It's trying to sound cool, I guess, by using old English spelling. Oh shit, this is too close. Shit. No, that basically just boiled down to I flat out did not see her because the orb was in the way. Okay, so Josh is actually very, very distracting of her. I had no idea Yoda could be so effective. Aha, no, we know he's effective, but actually this is combining really damn well because the Dark Moon gives bonus damage. Well, it doesn't give bonus damage to magic attacks. What it does is it reduces magic resistance. Yeah, you knock her, you walk her into that corner, Joshy. Crap. Oh, good. You're focusing on him. For some reason, she's not regaining a lot of HP from hitting him. I don't know why. Maybe he's small? There's not much there, not enough mass there to regain a lot of HP off of? I don't know. Shit. You can't avoid those. Come on, Yosh. I guess he needed a breather after taking a full waterfowl dance. Whoops, shit. I did not want to use a mana potion this time. Well, that was a waste of a mana potion, so this is already going bad. Well, something knocked her down just then. God damn it. You can't see anything through those orbs. Okay, well, this is doing remarkably much better with Yosh here, getting right in her face. And she actually has a lot of HP, so I'm going to give this another go. I just want to give a chance to do second phase properly. Like a good go. Without being suddenly one-shotted out of the blue like that. Which I haven't had a chance yet, because it's either she either hits me too perfectly, or like she tracks me better than she normally does, or... Okay, get in there, Yosh. Or I just flat out can't see her, winding up a kill attack. No! That's gonna target me. And I can't move. You see that? She was on her knees. Or my mage guy was on his knees, just like, oh, I've been hit. This feels like this is so close. I feel like this is gonna be so... feel close, so close. I should try and see what Froststorm will do against her. Wow, I should have died this time. I just want to see what Froststorm will do. How do you feel like being on the end of one of those combos? Not the mana potion again, damn it! Crap. But it looks like spamming Ice Storm can actually stagger her. Alright, now I'm just curious to see what will happen if I just do that. But then again, this is what we did with the Death Knight. Frost Death Knight. And I don't want to repeat that old trick again, but I'm just curious to see how it'll go. Of course, if she's going to be all the way over there, then I'm just going to spam this. Crap. She was just like, oh, you're gonna spam Froststorm, huh? I'm just gonna grab you. Alright, well, I didn't get to see what would happen if I just used Froststorm, so I'm gonna have to do that again. But, because that was pretty funny. She's like, oh, you're right behind me. I'm just gonna grab you. Looks like Josh is easy to flinch too, I'm afraid. Shit. And she realized the right person to go after. Okay, so I don't know. It looked like at first there that Froststorm, or Blizzard, as we're saying, although it's more like a personal area blizzard than a ranged one. It looked like it was flinching her and staggering her, but I guess it was actually Josh that flinched her and staggered her. So, yeah, that's that. And just for curiosity's sake, oh wait, Black Knife Tish isn't leveled up. I thought she was. I just figured I'd show Tish, because I've said, oh, Tish can actually solo her. But she's not leveled up. But just for funsies, I'm just going to call her in here, let her do something. But at this low level, she's not going to do anything. So, here you go, Tish. See what you can do at low levels, but she's all the way over there. And she's already out of HP. But that Black Blade, she can get that go off, then it should do massive damage, regardless of her being low level. Or she'll just miss. And once again, I'm pressing the buttons and they're doing nothing. Anyway, so she's too low level to make a difference. I'm going to call it here. Because I do not want... Well, I mean, I was completely out of gas about a half hour ago. So, yeah, this actually went worse than I was expecting. I totally did not expect her to completely dodge every single spell, because she wasn't dodging every single spell when I was playing with Arcane Mage. I was not expecting the spells to not even flinch her whatsoever, except for, quote, the orb, the freezing orb. That would flinch her and even knock her out of Waterfall Dance, but the arcane spells, when I was using them, most of them are actually flinching her out, although they're throwing her off her feet entirely. So, yeah, so other than that, yeah, Josh was fun to watch, at least. He was doing a good job, but yeah, this is proving to be difficult for surprising reasons. Like that, she's dodging, they don't flinch, and the orb, I have to keep spamming the freezing orb, but it blocks the camera, it completely blinds me, so if she decides to do one of her kill attacks, and that's it, I'm dead. But I have to keep spamming the orb, because if I don't spam it, then she gets too much room to maneuver and attack, so yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. I figured it'd be troublesome, but like I said, I didn't want to waste all night, because it was still ended up being a shit show with Arcane Mage until I summoned Andreas. And I figured this would happen here, but I'm probably going to have to summon Andrea again. You know, get your best friend from your favorite tank from your friends list, you know? But yeah, so that did kind of go how I expected to go. I just didn't think it'd be that bad. I didn't think frost spells would be so useless against her. So yeah, just another example of how these builds can be wildly different from each other. You just never know how it's gonna go, right? Anyway, that's it for tonight, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to come back tomorrow. We'll go up against all the other annoying bosses, which I thought I'd take care of more of them, but ended up being all the time was eaten up by the damn dragons. So, God, what's gonna happen tomorrow? Well, I guess we'll find out. Hope to see you then. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this for some strange reason. And engage, because that's how YouTube wants everyone to do things now. You can't just watch a video anymore. You got to like comment and watch the whole video and all sorts of crazy. Right? You guys know how it's going nowadays. Anyway, good night, guys. Thanks for watching. Most viewers I've actually had yet at one time. So thanks, guys. It's nice to see things growing.